It is Tuesday the 30th of August. We are at Sunset Comedy at the Junction in Harrow. It's been a while since I've done this gig, but it's been very, very fun. I'm headlining tonight, so that's all good. Got some new stuff to try. Well, usually when you're headlining, I mean, just in general, to be fair, you do try and put on a good show, but we'll see how we get on, because there is some new things that I'm still working on, but starting to find its legs, so a bit exciting. The problem is, a bit tired this morning, just been to the gym. I'm going on holiday in 2 weeks, so a little bit behind on my beach body. I'll be honest, we got a ways to go. While my nipple looks like it's a piercing, it's just my headphone. That being said, I haven't done a great deal of exercise since I've started stand-up comedy, so I'm trying to get back into it, and we're seeing how it affects my day-to-day, my energy. Be interested to see, especially because last week I absolutely fucking burnt it at both ends comedy-wise, so trying to find a bit more balance in life, and we'll see how we get on. But I think we'll have a good one tonight. Got other thoughts as well. We'll see how we get on. I've been trying to make a joke about, well, I haven't been trying, but I've just been thinking about how the Olympics was, the open ceremony was on water, and how we've lost the entire Jamaican athletics team. It's a bit hacky, a bit shitty, but we'll see how we go.
Your fantastic headliner for tonight, Mr. Chris Ali. Hello, my people. You alright? Yeah. I feel like after that warm reception, I've got a bit of a mountain to climb, but we're in it together, yeah? Yeah. I appreciate Imran though for bringing all the audience members closer to the stage. Good for the other acts. Not for me though, because it means you're closer to my feet. And I'm wearing flip-flops today, and I've missed my pedicure. Yeah, they are butters, really. So stop looking at them, please. It's pea butters. Something about me is I work for the NHS. Woo! That was a lie. I just think it's a strong start, I'll be honest. But no, I've recently got a new job though. I've got 4 now. Comedy does not pay. Or crime. That's a story for another day, which is November 2nd, my court date. The thing is, right, when you start new jobs, right, they always put you on these trainings, innit? And I never really get them, but a couple of them were quite interesting, right? Like the anti-bullying training. I thought that was quite interesting, right? Because where I come from, bullying's like putting hands on people, like getting physical and shit, But apparently you can do psychological bullying too. Really eye-opening stuff, because now I know how to fuck with people's heads. Or the unconscious bias training, right? Unconscious bias, which is like the force on the back of your head where you're judging people. I feel like that's happening here now, but I just hope that. What I realised on that unconscious bias training is that my unconscious bias is always getting in the way of my conscious bias. I like to know the exact reasons why I don't fucking like you. I thought I was going to be there, but there you go. It's not getting any better from here. That's just a picture of boobs. Because I went on this date years ago, right, with this girl, believe it or not, and it was going pretty well, right, but I cut it off because I'm really into sports and stuff, right? I explained the feet, and she wasn't, so I thought, no, I'll cut it off, right? But what I realised doing that unconscious bias training, right, in the back of my head is, when we were sitting across each other, that gunk at the side of your mouth? She had a bunch of that, didn't she? I was like, oh, come on, man, make an effort. I'll put my best hoodie on. It's a bit too harsh now. Or was it just the hoodie? Was that a bad joke? Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. I'll put that as a 4. No. But I moved in with my girlfriend this year, right, which is really good fun. But what I realised is that actually being in a full-time relationship is like having a full-time job, except my mum actually approves of my work. It's funny because it's true. And a bonus is like a blowjob, isn't it? Because, you know, I always get it once around Christmas if I've had a good year. Yeah, that is hacky. No, there you go. But it's like, because, like in a job interview, right? A job interview is like a first date because, you know, like they always want to find out why you're there, innit? You know, because a job interview is like, oh, why did you apply here? And I remember when me and my girlfriend went on the first date, she was like, oh, why are you dating? You're looking for something serious? You know, and the answer was the same thing for you. It was because I'm desperate. You know? It's like, you know, when your girlfriend goes away, it's like when your manager at work goes away, innit? You know, because, you know, when your manager goes away, you can do what you want, innit? You know, come in late, leave early, you know, steal things. You know, like, or when my girlfriend goes away, you know, you can do whatever you want. You know, you can watch what you want, eat what you want, have a wank. You know. Although one time she went away and as soon as she left, right, I was like, fuck this, boy. I was, you know, it was been weeks since we had sex. So as soon as she left, right, I got the Pornhub out and she'd forgotten her passport, so she came back, right, and she saw me having a wank and she was fuming. You know, I thought it was a bit of an overreaction, right, because she wanted to break up with me and everything, right? My boss at work, same exact issue. That was a long way to get there, but we got there. Thank you for going on that journey with me. It was quite harsh, wasn't it? But we got there in the end. But you know, when I got the job, right, they started telling me all about how brilliant their diversity and inclusion strategy was and how wonderful it was that I was there, right? Which, you know, confirmed to me that I got the job because I'm black. Because I told my girlfriend that, and she's like, how do you know you got the job because you're black? And the thing is, right, I told her that when I got to the interview, right, I actually got the interview late, and the interviewer was like, you got what we need. You got what we need. No, it doesn't work second time. I wasn't sure if it was a timing or just a punchline alone. It might have been both. I don't know. I'll take a survey afterwards. But does anyone in here know who Joe Wicks is? Yeah, Joe Wicks, right? For those who don't know, right, Joe Wicks got famous during the pandemic online for teaching the nation how to get fit and speak English poorly. And he got into some trouble recently, right, because he put out a tweet that said the reason why there's a rise in ADHD in young kids is because of processed food. You know, which is obviously, we know that's absolute nonsense, you know, because it was the COVID vaccine. I grew up a fat kid, and then I became a fat adult. I'll be honest, I did not see that coming. You know? Like when you're a fat kid, right, all people tell you is you'll grow out of it. Grow out of it? I fucking grew around it. Do you know what I mean? And like when I used to tell people how much I weigh, they say, oh well, you hold it well. Yeah? What does that even mean? Yeah? That's something you tell a camel. Not a human being with feelings, you know. But, you know, I've lost a little bit of weight, right? So when I tell people I'm fat, people always say, oh, you're not fat, Chris. And I think that's the worst level of fat to be, when no one notices. I want to be recognised as being fat for things like being late, you know, because like, as a black person, right, when you're late, you get kind of worried that people are going to judge you for being late because you're black. When you're fat and late, people understand. That was 2 late jokes in one bit, and I think the second one's better. Thank you very much for confirming that. But no, do you know, my name is Chris Alley, right, and I've started stand-up comedy just over 2.5 years ago, right? Oh, thank you. But I've actually been dreaming about it since I was a little kid, which is crazy to think, because back then, you know, I actually had hope. No. It's been going alright, you know, it's been going pretty well. You know, I've been getting some good feedback here and there. Obviously not here, but you know, other places that like me. But you know, the thing is, people have been coming up to me after gigs and saying, Chris, I really like your comedy, but it's just a bit too black. Like, I mean, what am I supposed to do? Joke like I'm a white person? I don't like skiing. What even is a quiche? It's fucking eggy bread in my house. I remember the first time someone came up to me after a gig and told me my comedy was too black. I almost spat the fried chicken out my mouth. Far too black for this room. Do you know what, I'll leave you on this, right, because I've run out of stuff. I'm a black guy, right? You know, as you can tell by the smell. No, and I was speaking to this vegan in Whole Foods who told me that me calling myself black is actually a self-identifying preference. Be honest, I've got no clue what they then was talking about. You see, because all my life I thought I was born black. I had not realised it was a preference. You know? I mean, if it was a preference, I'd have one of those big black dicks, you know what I'm saying? Pa! From like the rock and shit. You know? My jump looks like 3 new potatoes just held together. That was what I chose to finish on. You guys do you know what? You guys have been absolutely wonderful. This has been a great night. Have a good one.
Fantastic, Chris Alley, everybody. That is the end of our evening.
Do you know what, right? I really need to start thinking of better ways to transition from the set to me talking, because I feel like it's a bit abrupt. I mean, I make these vlogs, I never watch them, so if I'm surprised that no one else watches them, I shouldn't be, because there is a very minimal effort. I mean, I'm literally just sitting down every time we do this. I don't know, can you hear that? I'm at my mum's now with a bit of aircon. She's got a fucking big, absolute behemoth of an aircon machine. It's wonderful, don't mind the mess. Not my best work, I have to say, but I kind of knew that going into it. Sometimes after a set, if I'm doing the vlog and I don't think it was that great, or even generally if I didn't feel like it went well, I'll watch it back to, I don't know, I guess hopefully try and make myself feel better, because it's very different to how you feel than how it's portrayed a lot of the times. And I've just decided not to, because while I was up there, it definitely did not feel like my best work. I could feel it, and I don't know if that's because of how I felt or what was actually happening in the room, and it's probably somewhere in between. I knew that was going to be the case because, you know, look, very seldom do I actually take notes up, but I feel like I'm starting to piece together some of the punchlines that I've been working on to now actually build a set, and actually you're trying to recall and remember not only the jokes that you've got, but the sequence and the order that you know I'm trying to attempt here. So, you know, a little bit uncertain. I mean, it was a not a tough room, but it was so hot, and you know, long nights, and it can be like that with open mics. But actually, it was the perfect type of spot for me right now because of what I'm trying. You know, very grateful to have 10 minutes because it gave me a lot of space, a lot of room. I think I ended up doing like 8.5, but that's all right because I just kind of. There's no point keeping everyone else. I've not really got much more to say other than the things I'd worked on. Hopefully, you know, the only thing you kind of hope is that people don't think you're cutting them short, but to be honest, I don't think that's the case. So I don't need to worry about that. But it's a great night. I mean, you know, I've been headlining some of these open mics here, and I've got to say, like, you know, there is a habit for acts once they've started performing longer than 10 minutes that they feel that they don't need to be around open mics, and if they're in a headline, oh god forbid you actually, you know, watch the show or go in on time, because I really enjoy it. I have to say, you know, it's so great to see young comics trying, and I don't mean that to be disparaging, because look, it's tough. I mean, it's not too long ago when I started, and just looking at some of the acts that you can see what they're trying to do now that I've got a little bit of experience, and even where maybe I made mistakes, and even just kind of where I was compared to where I am now, you know, it allows me to feel like at least the work has paid off to some degree. Maybe not tonight, but in general, it's a really interesting, you know, as long as I can, and if I've got the energy to, I certainly will always be on time, or at least start the show for sets and then watch them if I can. I mean, sometimes you can get tired. I mean, and if someone lets you go early, occasionally I might be like, I've got to go sleep. Thank you so much. But otherwise, especially if you're a headliner, I mean, it's nice to kind of watch the night so you know what you're working with at least as well. But yeah, good gig overall. Very happy. And on to the next one.